What's up guys, Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming ban list, just cards that I personally want to see appear on the ban list as far as some changes are concerned. Some things I want to see kind of come off the ban list. I figured it'd be fitting to make this video since the ban list has to be right around the corner. Worlds has just concluded with Trickstar taking the victory. I hate Trickstar, so I was kind of upset to see that. I would have much rather seen Altergeist won. Wasn't expecting Altergeist to be in the final, but that's Worlds for you. So, yeah. I wanted to make this video, though, like I said, because the ban list hopefully and should be right around the corner. We're going to talk about some cards I want to see go on to the ban list, some cards I want to see go off the ban list. Also, if things look a little different, that's because I'm trying to sort of change up the way some of my videos are made, sort of keep things fresh, if you will. So without further ado, we'll get started with one of the first cards I want to see on the ban list, and this card was actually at 2 on the World's ban list, and that's Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. And the reason I want this card to go to a number lower than 3 is because it just covers so many things. You know, adding a card from deck to hand, special summoning a monster from the deck. You get the point. Like this card covers so many things, whereas other hand traps are so much more specific than Ash Blossom is. There's been time and time again where I've seen an Ash single-handedly decide the outcome of a game. It's sort of like Max C, maybe not to an extent as like how powerful Max C was and its ability to completely turn the tide of a game in someone's favor, but Ash Blossom is a card that's sort of to that point. I mean, it's really been a staple ever since it's been released, maybe except for True Draco Zoo format. It wasn't the greatest, at least is what some people have told me, but for the most part this card has been a staple ever since, and I think it just needs to go to 2 or maybe to 1, because I mean it's getting reprinted too in Super Rare. We already have that confirmed. And sometimes reprints are sort of a precursor to things getting hit on the ban list, so I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully we'll see this card go to 2 or to 1 in the future. I don't think it needs to be banned. Just sort of keep the card in check and put it down to a number lower than 3, because we only have 3 Called by the Grave, right? We don't have so many ways to stop hand traps, but we have so many ways to play hand traps. So that's one reason why I think that card needs to go. And next on my list here that I have on my phone, one card that I also like to see go, and I'm sure it's on everybody's list, is Firewall Dragon. Firewall Dragon, without a doubt, I think a lot of people have in mind to just to go, finally. Just put it to 0, I should say. Just ban the card already. It's just a facilitator of so many broken combos. You know, there's really not too much to say here. It's not a hard once per turn. It's just spam, spam, spam until you have an unbreakable board. We've seen Goki abuse this card. Just endless amounts of decks being able to abuse this card in ridiculous first turn combos, and I think I'm not alone when I say this card. Hopefully we see it get banned, and that's sort of what I want to see on the upcoming ban list, is see Firewall Dragon finally get hit down to 0. And the other card I wanted to talk about was Scapegoat. Scapegoat's another card I want to see go, strictly because it facilitates a literally 1-card Borreload Dragon, and really the only argument I have for this card is we saw Gofu get hit from 3 to 1 or to 0, however that went down. It was a 1-card Decode Talker, and Decode Talker in the grand scheme of links isn't that powerful. But then we look at a card like Scapegoat. It's a 1-card Borreload Dragon quick play spell card, and it's still at 3. I just don't think it should be around anymore. At least it should be at 1, because playing around 3 is kind of tough, but playing around the 1 Scapegoat, you know, if you play your cards right, hitting back row, kind of forcing out that Scapegoat, it's not that big of a deal. And I think it should be at 2 or 1. I don't know about 0, but it should definitely be at 1 since we have such a token problem in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. I don't think a card like that should be around to facilitate such easy access to a card like Borreload Dragon. And then another card I wanted to talk about is for the newly released archetype, Sky Strikers. This deck is still extremely powerful. Hasn't won Worlds, didn't win Nationals. I feel like it's sort of underperformed in some of the high-tier events. But I think there are some cards in this deck that are just absurd, especially since all of them are not once per turn. I think Hornet Drones is a big issue, especially since this card can be splashed into so many decks and so many engines and just allow for such free advantage. You know, you can just play it, get a token, go into Kagari, add back it, play it again, and go into another monster from there. I just don't like a card like that being around. Keep Engage at 3, I would say, so you don't really hurt Sky Strikers too much, because they're still playable. I think the deck is still sort of new. But multi-roll was another card I sort of had in mind, but I don't know. That's just something. That's just me being salty, I would say, as far from losing to that card, but it is what it is. So maybe we'll see some Sky Striker stuff on there. I wouldn't mind seeing some Sky Striker stuff hit on there in some way, shape, or form. And one of the last cards I'm going to talk about for seeing to go on the ban list is Trickstar Reincarnation. You know, we just talked about Trickstar's winning Worlds, you know, at the start of this video, and Reincarnation is just such a busted card, especially when in combination with Droll and Lockbird. I've heard some people say, you know, just ban Droll. No, don't ban Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Locks is literally only good depending on the format. When a card like Droll and Lockbird decides the format, decides a game, I should say, when played, it kind of tells you what kind of format we're in currently, and it's not a good one, I can tell you that much. At least it's an indicator of it, in my opinion. But Reincarnation is just such a degenerate card, and it's really unfair, and it's really sacky. Forces you to have to sack cards. I think this card definitely needs to go to 1 or 0. I would say 1 is fair for now, give them their 1 power card and leave it there. But at 3, I think it's too much of a problem. Getting Reincarnation multiple times in a turn, especially with the burn aspect, like it's just this card should not be at 3 anymore, in my opinion. And that's all I really have to say about Reincarnation. I think it's kind of obvious this card needs to go. One of the last cards I have here is Evenly Matched. The only reason I see Evenly Matched on here, and I wanted it on here, is because the card is also sort of kind of just cheesy. It's sort of like a New Age Exciton Knight. If you have just a couple cards on your field and they just go battle phase, they throw this card, you have to lose a lot of cards, and I just don't think it's super fair. I don't know. It's also getting reprinted in the Megatons. I think this card maybe going down to 1 would be kind of nice. That way people will kind of be deterred from playing it, just because you'd have to worry about seeing the card in general. But then it kind of becomes sacky, and I don't know about that. Maybe 3 is a better option, I guess. I don't know. That's just something I wanted to put on there in my personal opinion, because I hate that card. I really, really do. And then the last card I have for cards I want to see go onto the list is Fairytale Snow. This card, more than like almost anything on here, I want to go to 1, because at 3 it is just way too much in some decks to be able to abuse this card. Fairytale Snow is just such a nuisance, and I don't want it at 3 anymore. But will it get hit? I have no idea. Do I want it to get hit? 100%. Now, for this next part of the video, I want to talk about things I want to see come off the ban list, instead of just talking about things I want to see go onto it. So one of the things I would like to see come off the ban list, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking about what this card is, and you might also want this card to come off too, and that's shaddoll Construct. This card has been locked up for far too long, and I think it's about time we give our shaddoll players a chance to enjoy playing Construct again, because this card, I don't see any reason for this card to be banned. Just bring it back already. It's outlived, you know, its potency. I think it's not going to be super game breaking coming back into Master Rule 4. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, 100%. And then another card I have is Book of Moon, because Book of Moon hasn't been relevant for such a long time. They're bringing cards back like Torrential and Compulse, you know, staple back row cards. I think Book of Moon can come back right now. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Even though I did say Fairytale Snow should go to 1, and Fairytale Snow is sort of a Book of Moon, but it's a different Book of Moon, you know what I'm saying? It's a recurable Book of Moon that can keep coming back more than 2 or 3 times in a game, depending on what your graveyard situation is. And it also can be a rank 4, an Xyz material, Link material. The list goes on. Book of Moon, a little different, especially when you have cards like Nightmare and Goblin protecting from targeting and things like that. So I think Book of Moon can come back. That card is just in a sorry state right now. No one's playing this card at all. And I think it can come back. Same thing with Bottomless Trapple. I mean, they brought back Torrential and Compulse. I mean, Bottomless could come back too, honestly. And then I have Spellbook of Judgment here, lastly, because give Spellbooks their 1 Judgment. I did plenty of testing with this card in Spellbooks versus a full power Sky Striker deck. I tried so many times to get the setup with Jowgen in Judgment, and it just got broken every single time. it's just really hard to set up. It's too slow almost to say right now, and I think it's probably a judgment. Should just come back. Just bring it back, okay? So I can enjoy using one of the copies that I have in my binder. They look so nice just to sit in there. I should be able to play it again. So anyways, that's all I have for this video. What do you guys want to see go on to the ban list and come off the ban list in this upcoming list that we should be getting here anytime soon? I wanted to make this video as fast as possible because I don't know when they're going to drop the list before I can't make this video anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, we're going to signing out. We'll see you in the next one.